All right, guys, so we've been talking about all these different kinds of data, and in the middle of all that, we're going to talk about something a little bit different. It does show data a little bit, but it's more of a way to show patterns, and it's in this table right here. We call this a table. It's not like the table that you sit at to eat your dinner. It's a table that shows, so a table will have a title. It will have titles of categories, similar to what we've seen in a tally chart. But the values in the table follow a very specific pattern, whereas in a normal tally chart, they don't have to follow that pattern. So we're going to look at this. So in this problem that we're looking at, it says each person in the class has the same number of pets. 2 people have 4 pets. How many pets do 7 people have? So when I see a word like each, that tells me that it's the same for every person. So each person in the class has the same number of pets, okay? So this would be similar to how many eyes that people have, or how many legs that people have, or how many hearts people have. So it's the same for every person. In this case, in most cases, we don't have a class where every single person has the same number of pets, but in this case we do. So let's look. First thing we need to do in our problem, we've already talked about all this strategies. So we underline what we know and we circle what we need to find. So let's do that. So what do we know? We know each person in the class has the same number of pets. Okay. And 2 people have 4 pets. Okay. So how many pets does one person have? Let's just go ahead and put that information down. So if 2 people have 4 pets, how many does one person have? Well, it will be half that, right? If they have the same number. So one person is 2 pets. All right. So they want to know how many pets that 7 people have. So I'm going to circle that. How many pets? Oh, that was not a good circle. Let's try that again. Or maybe not, because I can't do back. That's fine. How many pets do 7 people have? So let's look at this table down here. So the table is going to show us a pattern. So we just discovered that one person has 2 pets, and that's what we see in the table. So these are the people, and these are the number of people, and these are the number of pets that those people have. So if one person has 2 pets, 2 people have 4 pets. How many pets do 3 people have? They're going to have 6. How do you think I figured that out? How do you think I discovered that 3 people have 6 pets? Think about it for a second. Well, I know that if I'm adding one more person, so it was 1 person, 2 pets. For another person added, I'm adding 2 more pets total. 3 people, again, I'm just going to add 2 pets to that because I'm adding another person to this amount. 3 people have 6 pets. If, again, 4 people, I added another person, so I'm going to add another 2 pets, and that would be 8 pets. 5 people, I add another person, I'm going to add another 2 pets. That would be 10 pets. Okay, do you see a pattern here? Do you see the pattern starting? Every time I go down the table, what's happening? I'm skip counting. What am I skip counting by? 2. So every time I add a person, I'm going to add 2 pets. Okay, so let's just keep skip counting. I'm going to skip count by 2, by 2. So how many, if I skip count, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 6 people would have 12. 7 people would have 14. So I'm just skip counting here. And I'm going to end up with 14 pets for 7 people. And now let's see, is that reasonable? Is it reasonable that if one person has 2 pets, that 7 people would have 14? It is. If I had gotten something like 1,286, that would not make sense. It makes sense, though, because I know that it's 2 pets per person. And if I have 7 groups of 2, like I do, let's actually show that. Let's show if I had 7 people, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they all have 2 pets. And then I draw these stars. These are representing the pets. Okay, and I skip count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Yes, that makes sense. So again, every time I add 1 on this column, I'm doing some kind of a pattern over here. In this case, it's skip counting by 2s. All right, let's look at another table. So this problem says Desiree has 4 pairs of socks in her drawer. How many socks are there in all? Okay, so we know that 1 pair is equal to 2 socks. So I'm going to fill in my table. I'm going to say, okay, what if I had 2 pairs, 3 pairs, or 4 pairs? Again, there's going to be some kind of a pattern going on the table right here. So if I have 1 pair, I have 2 socks. So 2 pairs would be 2 sets of 2 socks. All right, so that would be 4 socks. 3 sets of 2 socks would be 6 socks. 4 sets of 2 socks would be 8 socks. So what's happening every time I go down this table right here? 2, 4, 6, 8. Every time I go down, I'm adding 2. I'm skip counting by 2 again. Plus 2, plus 2, plus 2. Okay, so it's a total of how many socks in 4 pairs? Total of 8 socks in 4 pairs. All right, let's look at this brain builder down here. It says Mr. Minnick needs to deliver 60 boxes. His car can hold 10 boxes at a time. How many trips will he need to make to deliver all 60 boxes? Okay, so this is a little bit different. Okay, so in this problem about a table, so they don't actually give us a table, so I'm going to draw one, okay? I'm going to draw one, and I'm going to say, I'm talking about boxes and trips, okay? So here are my trips, and here are my boxes. If you see a problem like this when we're talking about tables, you need to draw your own table, all right? So let's look. He needs to deliver 60 boxes. That's some information we have. His car can hold 10 boxes at a time. And we're looking for how many trips he needs to make, all right? So we know that our ending amount of boxes is going to be 60, okay? If it's 10 boxes at a time, guess what? We are going to be counting by tens. That's what that tells me, all right? So if I look down here, it should go plus 10, plus 10, plus 10, plus 10, plus 10. Okay, so every time I take a trip, I'm adding 10 boxes. So if I have 1 trip, that should equal, actually I'm going to use blue. 1 trip would be 10 boxes. That's what the problem just told us. His car can hold 10 boxes at a time, which means 10 boxes for 1 trip, okay, for his delivery. So if I'm adding 10 every time, because every time he makes a new trip, that's 10 more boxes. So 2 trips would be 20 boxes. 3 trips would be 30 boxes. 4 trips would be 40 boxes. 5 trips would be 50 boxes. Do you see what I'm doing here? Every time I go down the table here, every time I'm adding a trip, I'm adding another 10 boxes. So 10 plus 10 is 20. 20 plus 10 is 30. 30 plus 10 is 40. 40 plus 10 is 50. And now another trip. 6 trips in all would make 60 boxes. So if every time I take a trip, it's 10 boxes, that tells me that it is 6 trips altogether. I'm not going to write out that explanation here, but you could say something like, if I know that every trip is 10 boxes, well, that means that I'm going to skip count by 10s to find 6 times to find out how many trips it is. So there are 6 times that I'm skip counting by 10, that's 6 trips, okay? All right, let's look at this bottom question right here. I'm actually going to move this up a little bit so we can see. So it says, juice boxes come in packs of 4 at Pat's grocery store. It doesn't say store, just a grocery. Mrs. Perez needs 22 juice boxes in all. How many packs should she buy? All right, so I know that they come in packs of 4, and she needs 22. And we're looking for how many packs. So they didn't give me a table, so I'm going to draw my own. And I know I'm talking about packs, and I'm just going to abbreviate J boxes, juice boxes, okay? So every time I add a pack, it's 4 juice boxes. That's what they're telling me here. So I'm going to say 1 pack is 4 juice boxes. Let me just draw a few more on our table, okay? So that means if I have 2 packs, how many juice boxes is that? Well, it's 4 more juice boxes. That makes 8 altogether. So I see every time I go down the table here, I'm adding 4 juice boxes. Plus 4, plus 4, plus 4. Every time I do that, I don't know how many times I'm going to have to add 4. I'm just going to go ahead and draw that for myself so I remember that's what I'm doing every time I add another pack. And remember, in my problem, it said she needs 22 juice boxes, so I'm going to have to keep doing this until I have at least 22 juice boxes, all right? So if I have 3 packs, that would be 4 more. 8 plus 4 is 12 juice boxes. If I have another pack, I don't have enough yet, right? I need 22. 4 packs would be how many more juice boxes? 4 more. 12 plus 4 is 16 juice boxes. Still don't have enough. Add another pack. 5 packs. Add 4 more juice boxes. 16 plus 4 is 20 juice boxes. Do I have enough? Not yet. Gotta get another pack. 6 juice boxes. I'm sorry, 6 packs would be how many? 20 plus 4 more juice boxes would be 24 juice boxes. Do I have enough now? Yeah, I do. Now, but I'm confused because I didn't get to 22. But that doesn't matter. What matters is that she needed 22, and so I couldn't just buy 5. I had to get another pack, even though that leaves me with 2 extra. All right, so she needs 6 packs. She needs 6 packs of juice boxes. All right, guys, thanks for watching.